I remember when gaming used to be about passion rather than complaints. People would get home after work, after school, and just get lost in this fantasy world, disconnected from their friends, their family. These days, every little action taken in video games seems to be documented across social media, to the point where the vast majority of what is seen is criticism, hate, and negativity. Now, in some instances, that is totally warranted. In others, not so much. Palworld is a game that deserves the attention and the success that it has already achieved. Over 3 million sales, a concurrent peak of 1,255,934 as of just a couple minutes ago, which is rising by the hour. This game is breaking and setting records as it goes on to not only captivate and eclipse audiences of all kinds, but also to show that care, not necessarily innovation, but time, effort, care, and dedication can result in a high-quality, well-received product. I streamed Palworld the day it launched. I've covered Palworld on numerous occasions. This was a game that I was eagerly anticipating after I played Craftopia. This is a game that not many people were even aware existed at the time that I covered it. I had a lot of fun in Craftopia, but it was very rough around the edges. So I went into Palworld with the notion that this was going to be kind of similar. Craftopia felt very much like an indie game. Palworld feels completely different. This is a game that does definitely have its bugs, but at the same time is a very high quality experience. This is a game that has high quality textures, high quality creatures, high quality environments. This is a game that takes the Pokemon formula, because I know there are going to be a lot of you out there that automatically assume and compare this to Pokemon, and that is completely warranted. This allows for you to capture cute creatures, and the easiest comparison you can make to a game like that is Pokemon. I completely understand. Nevertheless, Palworld takes the Pokemon capture formula and then implements it into a world where systems are taken from survival games like Ark Survival Evolved. I wasn't quite sure how this was necessarily going to work. I saw the trailers, I reacted to the trailers, I thought it looked really cool, I thought the concept was great. I saw players mounting and using their pals to shoot, propel rockets, throw grenades, even at times using them as meat shields to reduce, deflect, or prevent damage. The trailers made the game look really bizarre, but at the same time, it also, I think, catered to a kind of game that we don't have. And that is that, like, how I like to look at it is this. Palworld has done for the survival and the creature collection genre what Deadpool did for the superhero genre, for Marvel specifically. Deadpool was fun, it was lighthearted, it was just wacky and blew things absolutely out of proportion. You didn't expect the things that were said, you didn't expect the things that were done. The same can be said for Palworld. The encounters that you have, the fact you can capture pals or human beings, yes, you can actually capture NPCs, the fact that you can cut up and eat the pals that you capture, you can grab them and use them as a physical shield so you don't take damage. You have them slave away in factories, aid you in the construction of resources, platforms, buildings, anything and everything is just a spin that the survival genre and even, again, the creature collection Pokemon-ish genre has never done. Like, this is something they have never delved into. I don't know why. Evidently, it works very well. It has been incredibly well received. I've seen very little in the way of negativity surrounding the game. There are people that believe that the enslavement of the creatures is horrible. The fact that you can eat the monsters is terrible. But at the same time, like, they did that in Pokemon too. There was an episode where they actually showed that they were eating Magikarps. I mean, there were hundreds of episodes where they were eating meat. They ate chicken. They ate fish. Like, what do you think those are? Those are Pokemon. You think carnivorous Pokemon out in the wild don't eat each other as well? Then there are people that think the game's a little too violent, allowing little adorable creatures to arm themselves with assault rifles, rocket launchers, flamethrowers. The fact that there are, I keep going to call them Pokemon pals that actually blow themselves up. I mean, like, yeah, I understand the game is a little bit violent, but at the same time, like, so are the majority of first-person shooters, third-person shooters, action games, the Dark Souls game. Like, most popular games these days have a degree of violence in them. Palworld just has that violence and lets adorable little pals, little creatures, wield weapons to inflict that violence. I noted I streamed Palworld day one, and I think that was probably one of the longest streams I've done in all of 2023 and subsequently 2024. And that is because I got into the game and I anticipated enjoying myself to an extent. But after getting into the game, I couldn't stop. If I didn't have to go to work and then have obligations over the weekend, I would have been streaming it all Saturday, all Sunday, and all Monday as well. Because this is a game that I have genuinely had more fun in than almost any other in the last entire year. I had more fun streaming this game than any game I streamed in 2023. Any MMO, any gacha, this game right here. This game allowed for me to jump into a world, freely explore it, capture pals, build a base, meet up with other players since I play on a dedicated private server set up by one of our community members, Nate. Work together with other players, progress our guild base, capture more powerful pals, go out and engage boss pals out in the world. I haven't gotten into dungeons yet, unfortunately. I've only played about 7 to 8 hours because, again, real life adult obligations over the last 2 days have prevented me from really playing more than maybe like an hour each day. But this is a game that I have genuinely been thinking about over the course of the day, what I can go out and capture, what I need to do to continue to level so I can capture bigger, better, more powerful pals, what other kinds of pals exist around the world, what our community can accomplish, what we can establish. I think what Palworld has done is it has captivated fans of survival games, fans of creature collection games, and fans of MMOs. In the majority of MMOs, you don't see more than a handful of people grouping up to do content anymore. Yet in Palworld, we have dozens of players all logged in, all working together in unison. I think what Palworld has done here, and I think more than just Palworld, survival games as a whole, is appeal to the MMO audience more than MMOs right now do. And that is really sad, because games like this, survival games, Palworld, even specifically, V-Rising, Valheim, they all appealed to every single MMO player that I know. Every single one of the people that play MMOs, that enjoy MMOs, that are waiting for an MMO, played Valheim, played V-Rising, are playing Palworld. It offers that MMO aspect that they want, and that is the multiplayer, that is working together with other players, but in a high quality, polished environment. And I think for what it's worth, Palworld has offered that to players that are interested in survival games, creature collection games, MMOs, or just multiplayer games in general. I think Palworld, based off of the roughly little less than 10 hours I've played, has completely shattered my expectations. I think it has shattered everyone's expectations, far exceeded them, based off of what I'm seeing online, on social media, the concurrency records, and I do not foresee Palworld slowing down anytime in the immediate future. This is a game that I am thoroughly enjoying, and I can say with almost certainty is more fun than any MMO I've played in 2023. But if Palworld isn't an MMO you're at all interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be more up your alley.